Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, you good?
Hi.
Good seeing you guys. So I recognize you two.
I was with you in Immortals in San Diego.
Good.
With that
What's your
Henry
name?
guy, Tony Talata. That Henry guy?
Pleasure.
That Henry guy?
Yeah.
That guy. He just got in the part, too.
Yeah, that was a fun movie to be a part of.
That was, yeah.
We used to do a ton of interviews when I worked for About.com.
Which
all the way
one?
back
What
to
company?
General- About.com.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it feel that it's been 10 years? Kind of freaky?
Yes, in a very, because you look at your own life, even if you didn't have a benchmarker as Twilight, from 23 to 33 just goes like that. And it's the journey. I'm just grateful. I'm more a journey person, even with road trips. Like the destination's fun when you have plans, but a lot of times you don't know what the destination's gonna really look like. You can have pictures, just like your life. Anyone can tell you 10 years as an actor, you're gonna have this, you're gonna have that. But for me, as long as you're enjoying the journey, and that's what Twilight's been for me personally, it's been fun. Every aspect of it has just been so much fun. Maybe minus the white makeup when we were shooting the movies, but all in all, 10 years looking back, and I'd have to ask myself, is it from when the movies ended? But then that was only 5 years ago, maybe.
Right.
So it's when it first started, and I was 23. I'm 33 right now. So 23. I don't remember much. I don't. And I was talking to my wife. I got married 9 months ago. It's our 1 year, and looking back, it's weird because I kind of wish I had Twilight now. I know I would have experienced it more. I think when I was younger, not like I was partying or it was a lot. It's a lot. And it's hard to grasp it at that age when you don't have much to compare it to, just like growing up. So now that I'm in my 30s, if I had that, I'd know what to appreciate. And I appreciated it all pretty evenly. But yeah, it's the journey, and I just can't believe it's gone like that.
Would you play him differently?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because Emmett, how I played, I think, and again, you get older, you get more worries in your head, more stress in your head. I'm married. I don't think I would have been able to play him as authentically joyful as I played him, because in that time in my life, in my 20s, I had very little responsibilities. I had just that, and I still have that childlike heart and mentality, but there's a lot more responsibilities in life. There's a lot more things that you're thinking about that you don't, that kind of dim that twinkle, or you have to really turn life off and step into those shoes, and that's acting, to be that character. But I played him so wholeheartedly, Kellan, with the attributes of Emmett that I took from the book. So everything happens for a reason, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm here today, 10 years later, reminiscing with Catherine and Jackson. And that's the cool thing. I feel like she hasn't aged a day. Jackson hasn't. We could all play our characters again and look the exact same. And that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
I mean, do you feel like there's still a way to tell more story, and would you want to go back to that character ever?
For my character, definitely. I think he was the only one who wasn't really touched on that much. Even with the excerpt with Emmett and the Bear, with how he turned into a vampire. And to see the love story more, I definitely think Emmett had a lot. I mean, I barely did much in those movies. So the stock that he got from being a part of it, and the character himself, and the couple lines that he got to show his humor, went really far. I would, of course, love to have more Emmett, do another movie, do a more origin story of how he came to be. That'd be fun.
So,
is there like a moment that defines the Twilight experience for you?
Well, I always go back to the first movie for all of us because we were all just so authentic with it, and it was just there was so much truth with all the actors and innocence. I think going back to it, the innocence was so pure. And then you have the Twilight fans that came out and the moms, and we all jumped on that roller coaster at the same time, holding hands, like hands in the air, like, what are we doing? What is this? And I really think Twilight paved the road for other adaptions like Hunger Games or what was the one with Woodley? Divergent.
Yeah.
Stuff like that really took off. And those ones are great. But the first one, when the Twilight moms came and working with Catherine, like, and also even with the studio, like it wasn't a machine yet. You were able to make mistakes. You were able to laugh at yourself. There weren't security guards on set. It was just fun. It was a lot of fun. And obviously, with the success, the studio had responsibilities, and then other people. We were young, so a lot of people telling you who you should be, or what you should be, or who you can talk to, or how you should be perceived, what press you should do. It got a little heavier, responsibility-wise. But for me, I loved it. I feel like I stayed the same.
You mentioned some of the other, adaptations, and Twilight sort of opened the door for all these YA film adaptations, but most of them didn't even come close to the success of Twilight. What do you think it is about the Twilight films that really captured the audiences the way that it did?
Everything starts with the story, and at the end of the day, this was a beautiful love story between something that shouldn't and something that is. And I think the fantasy of that, and again, it had the innocence and the purity of she loved Edward. It didn't matter what he was, and she didn't judge him for anything. And she just wanted to be seen, and she felt seen by him, and he really did see her, like, inside and out. So I think the purity of it all, and the love story, and the great story that it was.
Anything you can tell us about what you're working on now?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I love acting. I just finished What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson. So when I watched Mel Gibson and What Women Want before I shot that movie, I'm like, this is a brilliant movie. Like, it is a really great creative movie. And then working with Adam Shankman, who I always wanted to be a part of his Step Up movies. And I auditioned for the third one, didn't get it. So working with him, I've been friends with him for a long time. So when they brought this idea back, with Taraji P. Henson being a sports agent, it's really time relative or relevant. Yeah, that's the right word. And just funny. Like it's a really funny movie. So I'm excited for that to come out. They pushed it to Valentine's Day.
Oh, perfect.
It's going to be really good. So I'm really proud of that one. And then I just do a lot of action movies. I love action, and I got married, so it's really cool. It's a crazy life to be an actor because you can't control anything for the most part. But what I can control is my life outside of the acting, and with that, having a best friend and finding a best friend to do life with, and I'm lucky. I really am.
And it was the lead role in Step Up 3 that you had auditioned for?
Yeah. With Sharni Vincent got it, and then the main guy, Rick. I think it was Rick. Rick got that one. I still would love to do a dance movie.
Are you a good dancer?
I I think I am. My wife and I, we go line dancing to In Cahoots. It's a little line dancing place down where she's from, and we have a lot of fun. She's a great dancer too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks for coming.